Well, to be honest, it's difficult because we are coming from Australia, and after the game only within 4 or 5 hours we left the country and came back to India. But as a as a professionals, these things happen, and we just want to stay motivated. And yesterday was a totally off day, so we try to rest it well. And tomorrow is another game, so looking forward for that.
Slightly scheduling would have been better. Feel that.
Well, I think I'm not the right person to answer that. You can definitely ask the right person.
Captain, particularly Shefali Verma has had a very good run this year in terms of the numbers that she has produced. Just about 500 plus runs in 20 odd matches, and then she's not a part of this T20 series. I believe she was dropped earlier because of ODI form that she had this year, but T20 form did not kind of demand exclusion. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, again, I would say whether to ask to the right person, because I can only talk about the team is here, and what things we can do to win this series. I think regarding Shefali or any other player, better to ask to the right persons.
When you look back at the World Cup and know the match against Australia, what you because you again did Australia and lost the ODI series, because it's a different format. How do you look back, and if you were given an opportunity, would you have turned things around? Because so much has been talked about you taking a single in the first ball and the 4 wickets falling in the next by 5 balls, and we have been made it to the semi-finals. How do you look back at it?
Well, after the World Cup series, we played against New Zealand. We did really well in the home conditions, and Australia tour was not something which like the result was not something which we were expecting. But yeah, a lot of learnings from us. But if you see, our bowling attack was quite young, and for them it was a great learning. Playing against such a good team where you can see how good players play and how like areas they can improve as a bowling unit. I think in India, whenever we played good cricket. The only thing was I think World Cup and then the Australia tour, which didn't go according to our plans. But apart from that, if I see in this year we played really good cricket. We won a lot of matches in home conditions. But yeah, I think World Cup and the Australia tour was something which didn't went according to our plans, and we did discuss these things today in the meeting. And this series is very important for us to get that confidence back, how we was feeling after winning the New Zealand last ODI. And I think these things happen, and as a team it's very important for us to stay together and think about all the positives we have done in the past.
One more. So we have had a good T20 record this particular year, but when it comes to crunch matches like the Asia Cup final or the match which you have to win to go to the semi-final in the T20 World Cup, what needs to be done extra to cross that line?
Well, I think it's only the mindset, because if you see our team has very good players, and all of them have done really well. Whenever they got the opportunity. I think in the big games it's only about the mindset and what you're feeling individually, because as a player, as a team, you can only talk about the things you have done, but the end of the day it's only you who is dealing in the middle, and it's only about you, how you're going to take these things forward, because whatever is required to win we always discuss. But at end of the day, it's individual performance or the mindset, how you gonna win the game for the team.
Last couple of questions. Question.
Harman, coming from the series where obviously things didn't go your way, and you said it's a quite a few young players around. And how do you motivate a team, and what do you tell the players when the chips are slightly down, and there are a lot of talks about how the way forward should be, having their own opinions. So how do you handle this situation? Because obviously, this series you have really hardly any turnaround time, because you shift formats and cities. So what, as a senior most player of the team, like how do you handle those things?
Well, to be honest, it's really tough when you're going through this patch. But at the same times, we can only talk about the good things we have done in the past and keep talking about them. And at the same time, I think having team bonding sessions are very important. So when we are coming back from Australia, we had good talks in the flight, because that was the only time when we can talk and think about it's a new tour, how we can start our this tournament, this series. And yesterday was a good off day, and today we had a good meeting where we discussed about how we have to go about in this particular series. I think when you have a very less time, it's very difficult to come back and reflect on the things which you have done in the past. But at the same time, we just have to keep talking the positives, and the young girls who have come in the team, they have done really well in the domestic, and we know they have got a lot of runs, so they are also positive and good. They are batting really well. So I think it's only about talking to them, keeping the team together, and keep having good meetings around, and knowing what teammates are thinking and how we can do playing tomorrow. So I think staying together is something which is very important, and which we have been doing. I think whatever in our hands, we are doing that to turn things around.
So you were talking about the fresh faces in the team, and I specifically want to talk about the main columns for Navi Mumbai and Ravi. What kind of skill sets do they bring into the team, and will we get to see them, play in the T20Is?
I think both of them done really well in the Challenger Trophy, which we just played few days back, and I think because of that they have got the opportunity, and I can only say for them it's a great platform, and I hope they will do really well for the team, because if we see, we have very very limited girls, and good to see that all of them doing really well in the domestic format, and hopefully they'll take the responsibility and start doing well for the country and at international level.
Thank you.
Thank you.